With this video we'll be caught up to present time. I will have looked over all the old stuff and try to cover the important. The harvester got some grease also after the new bucket was started. I also increased the pause between cycling because it's pushing out too much grease right now, and I know I shortened it after repairing that line that was broken earlier. So I had it just 1 hour between cycles, and now I bumped it up to 2, but I think it should be increased once more to 3 hours. After bending a couple of saw bars, we had purchased 2 more that were promptly bent also, but brand new ones was hard to get into place. We need to get some stuff and kind of tap it into place, mainly just the paint. And the engine drinks a tiny bit of oil. It's the second time filling it up, just a tiny bit, so it's not a whole lot, but still enough to be annoying. This was before I realized that the feed rollers themselves kind of roll back. I thought that they were slipping, and thought maybe ice buildup could cause issues. So we tried to get away some ice, but I've looked at it better now, and that I bend the saw bars is when I try to lift the feed rollers allows the tree to roll back a little bit, and the saw bar is bent out a bit, and my attempt to compensate with not really lifting that much, more like just following the tree off the stump, is not a good option, because that will bend saw bars. So I will try that suggestion I have received to simply, as I lift, try to feed the tree out from the harvester head a little. Here we have a quite nice spruce. Here I'm laying it out to do as a control measurement on it. And this year it's been a lot closer with the measurements, but as I've showed earlier, I've also kind of figured out how to calibrate things. I'm still not satisfied, because even with the calibration such it's always a little bit optimistic. It's never the other way around. So, but hopefully what the machine tells me this year will be closer what the people that measure in the lumber give me. So jag måste ta hit den här var ett stort exempel för att få göra kontrollstammar. Jo. Giving the harvester head some lube was a bit of an issue also, because of the ice buildup. Needing to remove some ice here and there, and I'm worried the ice could start putting pressure on things that it shouldn't have, so try to get as much of it away as possible. It's also a little bit like concrete with the twigs and such in there. It acts as kind of rebars, so a little tough. Some of the trees are close to over the dimensions, and there are pieces of the roots sticking out, so there are a few of them that needs a little chainsaw trimming to pass. My dad has done most of the trimming so far, but here I'm doing a tiny bit, and I think he has trimmed more than is required it's better to measure and just trim what's needed. Here I got some of the saw bars back that I had bent. It's been too cold last few days to start the old machines, so I've been in the garage and fiddling with these videos. And some of the slots have been pinched too narrow, so I try to widen them up and hope I can finish the season with the saw bars I have, and maybe figure out what the problem is next summer when it's warmer. The plastic protection for the hydraulic hoses out to the harvester head had broken, so that was taken off. I took it into the garage to work with it, trimmed away a little at the ends. I flipped things around a little bit here and there, opened up some new holes for the mounting points, and drilled holes, and then I had those like a dome head bolt. It's like a square piece, it should grab into the material. It caused some issues that I had to hold the bolt as I tightened things up, and kind of just patched the piece I had up. It just had a normal bolt, but it was done repair or connected two pieces, so I went with the less abrasive dome head bolts. Then it was just a matter of getting it back in place. It was yesterday, I think. Plenty cold outside with a tiny bit of wind, so it was a little bit harsh weather for being outside, so I continued in the garage.